attributes of a blessed mother. Say that with me. The attributes of a blessed mother. There was one theologian by the name of Jonathan Edwards. He wrote a documentary, and the title of it was The Beauty of Creation. The Beauty of Creation. Edwards, in developing that idea that God can be known in a limited extent through the created order, through the things that he have created, that we can know God through a limited extent. And he explained it with these words. He stated that it is very fit and becoming of God, who is infinitely wise, to order that things and people should be a voice of his in his works. Let me run that by you. He says that things should be a voice of his in his works. And what he's saying is that everything that has been created serves in some sense as a voice of God. And he continues to say, and this voice should have others to behold him, showing the mysteries appertaining to himself and his spiritual kingdom. Let me break it down to you in two forms. Number one, it says that the works of God is but a kind of voice or language of God that instruct us who are spiritual in things pertaining or appertaining to him. It shows his attributes. So every one of you, you need to understand that you have been born to be a voice. And every time somebody sees you, there should be something about you that focuses their attention on God. That's what he said. Is that you have special attributes. And you have one specifically that defines you as you. And that should bring people's attention to God. They should behold God. When people think about you, what comes to mind? Well, you don't have to ask that. God has placed in the beauty of his creation a voice in everything. Even if you look at a flower, there's something about it that makes you want to behold the existence of God. It appertains, it represents something of God. And we, who are part of God's creation, a part of the created order, we are made to be a particular voice for God and to show the world the attributes of God from the way we act and live on the earth. We are made in the likeness of God's image. And if you don't know it, you are wonderfully made. The Bible says that we are God's masterpiece. Therefore, if we are God's masterpiece, we are made up of attributes. And this word attributes are characteristics, something about us that appertain to God. Now the thing, see, you can have a skill and an ability, and you can teach yourself that. But those traits, those attributes, they belong to God. And God has placed them within you in order to connect you to God as a rightful part of God. In other words, God has given this type of DNA to you so that the world can see that you belong to him. And you are to display this in the world to show the world, number one, that you have it, and number one, that you belong to God. Now, I must say that all attributes are not the same. Some things about people fall in two different categories, these attributes. Some of them are positive, and some of them are negative. Now, the negative ones are not the ones that are reflective of God. Because we have two kinds of people here. We have the worldly and the spiritual people existing on this planet together. And those negative attributes are not reflective of God. That is why it is essential that you understand the word in here, attributes of a blessed woman. Therefore, there's something about you being blessed that makes all of your attributes fall in the spiritual realm, in the realm of the anointed. Now, let me just share some of those attributes. First of all, we want to go down the list of negative. Do you know anybody who falls in this negative group? They're arrogant. They are boastful. Sometimes they occupy the highest office in the land. Did that go over you? Sometimes they are mean. You know anybody that's mean? They're quarrelsome. That's an attribute. They're vulgar. That's my sister, amen. I'm just telling you the truth. Amen. That girl cursed me out last week, amen. They say she's going to fly all the way to California and do it again, amen. Got me scared to death. I'll be looking to see if she's going to walk in the church and do it, amen. But there are some things about people that are just who they are, amen. They love to quarrel. They are happy when they're in that form. Something satisfies them when they are dishonest and unreliable. Now, do you know anybody like that? I hope I'm not talking about you, amen. Now, on the other side, there are some people who have some positive attributes. They are cheerful. They like to laugh. They always are saying things that lift you up and make you feel good. They are positive. Even when things are going bad, they have a way to see the bright light, the bright side of things. Do you know people? You like being around people like that, is that right? They are generous. There are some people that I know will give you the shirt off their back. And they are understanding. They are not quick to condemn you. Especially condemn our young people because they know that they were young at one time. They're warm. They're kind. And you just love being in their company. Those are attributes. Now the big question, which group describe you? Which group describe you? But more importantly, on this Mother's Day, which group describes the attributes of a blessed Christian mother? I want you to stand with me for a moment, and I want you to share as we look at that question. I want you to read with me the scripture lesson for today. Now, it's in your program, and it's coming from Proverbs, the 31st chapter, verses 25 through 28. Just open your program, your bulletin there, and look on the left side at the very bottom. And I'm going to read 25, and then I want you to follow with 26. I will read 27, and then we will read 28 together. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. She carefully watches everything in her household and suffers nothing from laziness. Her children stand and bless her. Her husband praises her. So the attributes of a blessed mother are listed in this scripture. Amen? Now, you may be seated. Now, let's take a look at something. And I want to share this with you. In the book of Esther, there's a king, and the king's name is Xerxes, one of the few people's name I've ever seen to start with an X. He's the king of Persia. And when the book of Esther opened up, we discover that King Xerxes is dealing with a problem. You see, in the 3rd year of his reign, he gave a banquet. And he was a very powerful man. He controlled land from India to Ethiopia. He had large garrisons of armies, commanders, and officials over his kingdom. And when he gave this banquet, he invited all of the distinguished noblemen and officers to come to the palace for the banquet. And one of the rules was, he made this rule, is that everybody can get as drunk as they wanted to. Amen. You tell the one, where did that palace? Amen. He served them all in gold cups, and there was no limit placed on the drinking. And Queen Vashti, his wife, on the other side of the palace, she held a banquet for all of the women who were part of the kingdom. Now this banquet, this party went on for a long time. And on the 7th day of the banquet, the king was very, very drunk. Very drunk. And he sent out an order. And he ordered his wife, Vashti, to come and parade herself in front of all his drunken friends, wearing nothing but a crown to display her beauty before them. He was drunk, amen. But guess what? Vashti, she refused to go along with that order. She disobeyed the king. And that was a very dangerous thing to do, was to disobey the king. But I want to say that the reason I'm telling you that story is because look at verse 25 again. It says that mothers should be clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. So the first point, the first attribute that I want to talk to you about, and young mothers, you hear this real well, clothe yourself and learn to have strong dignity. Oh, I wish I had a friend. You see, because some of these young men, just like King Xerxes, are going to try to do something and make you do things that's indignant out there. And you need to have the attribute of strong dignity. Don't go along with everything people try to make you do in order to give you a position of importance in their eyesight. Vashti, she gave up her position as queen in order to represent the attribute of dignity that God had put in her. Don't do anything with your body. You are women and you are beautifully made, and stand up with dignity and refuse to go along with everything that you are invited to do. God has wonderfully made you, and if that man can honor you and praise you with the characteristics that you are made of, you go to Hallmark, get him a card, give it to him, and make sure it says, "I'm sorry for your loss." Stand up with dignity. displaying dignity about herself. See, when somebody broke you, when somebody tried to break you down, I want you to listen to something in the book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah said, the Lord gave him a message. And he said, Jeremiah, I want you to go down to the potter's house. And I will speak to you. So he did as the Lord had told him to do. And when he got down to the potter's house, the scripture says that he saw the potter in verse 18:1, and the potter was working at a wheel. But the jar he was making did not turn out as he had hoped. Amen. So you know what he did? He crushed the jar. And young ladies, people are going to crush you in life. They're going to try to break you up and make you less than who you think you are and who you are. They're going to crush you. He broke the vessel. But the Bible shows something else. It says that the jar was in the hands of this man, the potter, and when he broke it, then the Lord had him to put it back again and make it out to be something else other than what it was in the first place. Now here's what I'm trying to tell you. Sometimes you're going to go through some crushing experience in life, but God is the potter, and you're in the potter's hand. And after you've been broken by something, God will put you together and make you better than what you were in the first place, and then make you what He wants you to be, and not what you were before you were crushed. Somebody say amen, baby. God can put you back together again. So Vashti, she risked a lot, but she stood up in strong dignity. And that's what I want you mothers to learn how to do. Now, when old King Xerxes had gotten rid of Vashti, he sent out another order. He said, I got to replace her. I got to find another queen. Then he found a young lady by the name of Esther, and they brought her to the kingdom. Now, he had gotten rid of Vashti because she had disobeyed the order. But then he got Esther. And he had an order that says, in his harem, all of the women can only come unto him after their 1 year beauty treatment. But Esther received some information that required her to be like Vashti and break the order. So when she received the message from her uncle telling her that her people were in danger, she wrote them back and said, I can't help you. I'm queen now, amen. I got it going on, amen. But what Vashti and Esther both had in common was strong dignity. Her uncle wrote her letter back and said, listen, little sister, let me tell you something. If you don't do what God wants you to do right now, then He's going to get it done some other way. And let me tell you, maybe the only reason you are queen is for such a time as this. That's the only reason God got you. God puts you there for this moment where you can show strong dignity. And when those words hit her, she went and she got on her knees and she told everybody to pray for me. And I know that I'm going to have to break the king's order, but I'm going to go to the king, and if I perish, I perish. I want you to have that type of dignity. Stand up for something. Represent something. Realizing that there are causes out there that's greater than yourself, and maybe God just brought you to this world for such a time as this. So have strong dignity. Amen? Have strong dignity, and God will put you back again. Now there's something else. There's another attribute in this text that I want you to see and listen to. The next attribute comes from verse 26. It says, when she speaks, her words are wise, and she gives instructions with kindness. So the second godly attribute that God has given you mothers is learning how to speak wisely. Mothers, your words are the most valuable words that children will ever hear. They come here, they listen to me for about 35, 40 minutes once a month. I mean, every other Sunday. Every second Sunday, amen. But your words are the words that wisely instructs them and guides their life. I was reading a book and a writer, he listed some things that mothers have said in the past. And listen to this. He says that mothers said these things. Have you ever wondered why so many parents tie up their dog but let their children run loose? Something else the mother said. She says that there are 3 ways to get something done. Do it yourself, employ someone to do it, or tell your children not to do it. Children like to do the opposite of what you say. All you have to do is leave home and say, don't clean up that backyard. And please don't wash those dishes. Amen. Another thing it says is that train up a child the way he or she should go and go there yourself every now and then. Another thing they have to say, and I've seen this here. My little grandson there, I'm going to have to kind of pull him up in this one here, amen. It says one of the hardest jobs for a parent is to make a child realize that no is a complete sentence. They don't like that no, amen. They always want to respond to that no. Now my mother, she used to say some wise things too. She was known for saying, my mother used to tell me that a hard head makes a blank, blank, blank. Beep, 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 amen. She should always say, now if you lay down with dogs, you're going to get up with fleas. Then she always tell me, make sure you treat people right. But if anybody hit you, put your hand on you, you make sure you blink, 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 blink. And if you don't do it, when you get home, I'm going to blink, 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 blink. Mother say some wise things. But I want you to listen to some words that are wise that came out of the scripture, what some mother says. One mother came to Jesus and he said, when you come into your kingdom, I want one son to sit on your right side and the other son to sit on your left. Now, here's what I want you to understand. Mothers, listen very carefully. Is that the best words that you can ever speak to your children are words that bring them to Jesus' side. Are you listening to me? The words that bring them to Jesus. Mothers speak wise words because embedded in that mother is an attribute of God. And you display that attribute to your children when you say things that bring them closer to God. Some of you are in church right now because of mama. Amen. Praise God. Praise God. Mothers, thank God for you because there's something that you have said to that child. Amen. It's got them playing in the music over there. Amen. Praise God. And something that you have said to that child. They got them in the choir, Sunday school, and all that. Your words are very, very valuable. Now, something else my mama used to say to me, and she used to say to all of us at night, now I lay me down to sleep, and if I die before I wake, I pray the Lord, my soul to keep. My soul he takes. Now listen, mothers, listen to this. If you miss everything else I said on this speaking issue, don't you forget this here. The greatest thing you mothers can do, the greatest attribute that you can display is to learn how to pray in front of your children. Praise God. Amen. Those are the greatest words that they will ever hear coming from you. Amen. Learn how to pray. Learn how to pray. I read this book, and I wish I had some copies of some prayers of mothers. And it's talk about slave mothers who owned children during that period of time. And they would take these children away from their mothers and never see them again. And it had the prayer of two of these kids in that book. And the thing that they would say, we pray to God to see our mother one more time. But the little sister would grab her little brother. But the only thing we have to hold on to is to do the thing that we saw her doing. And they used to see her praying every night. Praying every night. So your voice, the seriousness of this part of the scripture cannot be overemphasized. It's important to learn to pray and use wise words to instruct your kids along the pathway of life. Now, as I move to let you go and celebrate your Mother's Day, I want to share something else with you. This last attribute, verses 27 and 28, it says, she carefully, a blessed mother attribute, she carefully watches everything in her household and suffers nothing from laziness. Her children stand and bless her and praises her. Her husband praises her. I want to say this one more time. I want this to really saturate. It says she carefully, mothers, watches everything in her household and suffers nothing from laziness. Her children stand, one translation said, and call her blessed, and her husband praises her. You know, in this text, her children stand. And the last attributes you mothers should have is that you should have the kind of love that is displayed that make people want to stand. Amen. Praise God. Praise God. You should make people want to stand when they think about the love that you give out. Why should they stand? Listen to the text. It says they stand carefully because she watches over everything. You know your mother been watching over you since you entered into this world. She's been watching you. She knows everything about you. And she watches over her household. I remember the other day, they do things in the household showing that they are watching. We had the cleaning people, amen, to come out to the house the other day, amen. And my wife, she was coming up the stairs and I was in my office, and she happened to look over at the staircase and saw a little dust. I had walked by it about 4 or 5 times, amen. And next thing I know, she had the cleaning lady standing over that dust, cleaning that dust off the staircase. Mothers watches things. Amen. God has placed that in them. And they watches things. And they watching me right now. Amen. Watching and see what I'm going to say to their children. Amen. You're right to do that. Amen. Then it says they stand because she don't suffer from laziness. You're blessed to have a mother who get up and drive that freeway day in and day out so that you can have bread on your table. Amen. You're blessed to have that roof over your head because of what that mother's doing. She got to put up with a lot of stuff on that job so that she can just clothe you, send you to school, feed you. So you know what you need to do right now? You need to just stand and give her a hand praise. Just stand. Amen. And praise your mothers for the sacrifices. You would not be here for that mother that you're honoring right now. So mothers, we stand and we praise you. God bless you. One of the things that they stood for is that they stand and they call her blessed. They see that she's a blessing in your life. Is anybody got a mother who has been a blessing in your life? Oh, I thank God. Amen. You know, I grew up in a neighborhood where things were very hard. And young men, we have a tendency to gravitate to our peers. And the next thing you're doing is that people be saying, you know, don't send your child out around those bad people. But one day your mother look up and you are the bad people, amen. And that almost happened to me. I almost gravitated into that cycle. But if it had not been for my mother and her ability to throw a shoe like a football, amen. They'll tell me where I would be, amen. Did you have one of those mothers that would send you out there and make you get your own switch? Anybody know what I'm talking about? See, you children, you have been raised to go stand in the corner. But when my mother finished with me, I fell in the corner, amen. You woke up a couple days later wondering what happened, amen. And one of the things about mothers not sparing the rod is that the children of that generation, we were not in and out of court and in prison. So I thank God for my mother. Children are all in prison right now. Every time you look, you're sitting up in court behind them. My mother never went to court with me, amen. Are you listening to what I'm saying? So mothers, you have got to understand that you've got to raise your children so that they can stand up and see that you were a great blessing in their lives. And sometimes it's tough love, but it works, amen. And remember something else. You're the mother, and stop letting them be the parent in the house and you be the mother. There are some mothers who are afraid to say certain things to their children, amen. But you need to, boy, I'm telling you, I hear some kids say some stuff right now. The statute of limitation would not be up on what my mother would do if she had said that, amen. Praise God. Listen, my mother, she didn't have to say something easy. She just had a way of looking at me. Oh boy, I knew the future consequences of that look, amen. Praise God. But do things that will make your children stand. Let me leave you with this story. And this is true. There was a congressman in the United States Congress, and he and his wife, not only he served in Congress, but he also was a pastor of a church. And one of the ministries that they had over the years was going to homes and facilities where children were being put up to be adopted. But they retired from all of that. And he had purchased a yacht, and they had made plans to just sail along the Atlantic coast down to Jamaica and the Bahamas and all around, and just enjoy their retirement years. And one day, making a visitation to some of the spots that they would go for adoption, they went to one, and the mother saw this little baby in the crib, and he was crying hard. He said that, and the baby was sick. He said that he could not very cry because his voice was so squealing, almost like a cat, just squealing. But the baby's eyes was open and was looking at that mother, and it just grabbed that mother. And that she looked at him, and they kind of caught eyes. But she was tired and ready to go. But she went home and she told her husband, there's something about my connecting with that baby that I can't let go. She went back and she adopted the baby. And during the adoption process, she discovered that the baby was very sick. The baby had been given up by a drug-addicted mother. So the baby came out addicted to the drugs as well. And they didn't think the baby was going to live. She took the baby home, and she was back and forth to the doctor, to the hospital with this child. And late at night, the baby would be crying, and she would be just rocking all through the night. All through the night. And eventually, fast forwarding years later, one day in church, that child got up, who had now been brought back to good health by a mother's love. So the child stood up in the church, and the child wanted to dedicate a song to his mother for what she had done. And he started singing this song. I was sinking deep in sin, the sin of drugs, far from the peaceful shore, very deeply stained within from those drugs, seeking to rise no more. But the master of the sea heard my despairing cry, and from the waters lifted me. So now safe am I. Love lifted me. Anybody ever been lifted by love? Love lifted me. Children, you have been lifted by the love of your mother when nothing else could do. Love. Somebody say love. Love lifted me. You need to be able to love your children so much that it can lift them out of everything that life is going to throw their way. So mothers, never stop loving your children. Show the attribute of love to your children. And you know why? Because you were made in the likeness of God's image, and God has lifted all of us. Jesus has lifted all of us with love. We are here today praising our mothers because Jesus said that if I be lifted up from the earth, and then I'll draw all men unto me. Can't you just say, God has lifted me? Has God lifted anybody today? Have you been lifted by the love of anybody today? We are thankful that God saw that we were sinking, and he got that same attribute as that mother had, and he reached down and he lifted me. Amen. Praise God. Praise God. Praise God. So mothers, whatever you display, make sure you display the attribute of love. And your love will cause your children to walk away from games. Walk away from the wrong things in life. And they will rise up and make you proud one day. Amen. Amen. They'll stand up and say, Mama, I'm going to buy you that house. I'm going to do this for you. They will stand up because of your love and make you proud one day. Praise God. Amen. And I want to say that I've been here for 21 years, and I've seen the love of some of you mothers. And I especially am happy how your children have turned out. And I want to give you a hand right now for the love that you have displayed, and it has been used to lift them up. So this text says that her children stand because she has been a blessing to them. Be a blessing. And the people of God said, amen. Praise God. Happy Mother's Day to you today. Please stand.